Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. You guys, this is it. This is the video I have been literally waiting to upload to be able to show you guys this stuff. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you our brand new products that I am very excited about. So all of these products are from my own brand, Nikkia Joy Cosmetics, and surprise, they are all available right now on our website. So you don't need to wait any longer. Everything that you are going to see today in this video is currently available at nikkiajoycosmetics.com. Now, a couple of things that I do really quickly want to say before I actually dive into the reveals and showing you these things is I want to let all of my US audience know, all of my US followers, we have just expanded into our very own US-based Nikkia Joy Cosmetics warehouse, which is just beyond exciting. We've waited so long to be able to do this. So now if you are based in the US and you place an order, you will receive your order in only 1 to 3 days. So there are no more international shipping delays. It is honestly so exciting. A second thing I quickly wanted to mention is our Black Friday sale has also just started over on our website. It is our biggest sale of the year and everything is currently 30% off except for the new collection. So except for the things that I'm going to be showing you in this video, everything else is on sale. So our sponges, the setting powder, our highlighting palette, our entire lash collection, everything else is 30% off. Yay! All right, guys, I don't think that I can actually hold in the excitement anymore. I feel like I just need to show you these products because I've been working on these for so long and I cannot wait for you guys to see these. So the first thing that I have to reveal in today's video is, drumroll, I'm honestly like, I'm covered in goosebumps. I'm so excited. Guys, a 22-piece brush collection. Now, when I tell you how long it has taken me to get these brushes perfect, you will not believe me. I have, honest to goodness, been working on these since March in 2017. So it has taken over 3 years of developing these brushes to get them absolutely perfect. They are completely custom designed by me and they are all like expertly handcrafted using the absolute finest quality materials possible. I'm so excited to get into these brushes with you. I am going to go through every single brush individually, talk about the design of the brush, what it's used for, and what makes it so special. And I honestly have not used any other brushes since I got these right, and that was about 18 months ago. You will notice here on my channel, if you go back through all of my videos, I am sneakily using these brushes, but I'm actually covering the logo, and a few of you, sneaky, actually caught me doing that. And you were like, Nikkia, what are those brushes? And like, I get one of the most common questions that I get asked is, what brushes are you using in your videos? So excited to finally be able to bring these to you guys. Like I said, they are proper professional luxury makeup brushes. I guess comparable to MAC, comparable to Makeup Forever brushes, like proper professional makeup brushes, and they just make doing your makeup so easy. So each of our brushes are going to be available individually, but we also have brush sets, which is super exciting. Okay, so each of our brush sets do come in one of these beautiful makeup bags. This is another product that I completely custom designed, all of the materials, everything about it, and even like the little zipper has got our little NJC logo on it. They're so beautiful. They are luxurious. You will understand when you get your hands on these exactly why I am so obsessed with them. And I made them a really generous size because I don't want you to just only be able to use them for your brushes. I want you to be able to put products and things in there as well. So this is our small makeup bag and it does come with all of our 4 brush sets that we are going to have available. But in addition to that bag, we also have a jumbo sized one. Look at how beautiful she is. So like I said, there are 4 makeup brush sets. We have the master brush set, which is the entire 22-piece collection. We then have our flawless base set, which is our 7 base brushes. So basically everything that you need to create a perfectly smooth, flawless base. And then we have 2 10-piece sets. So we've got the essential set, and it's basically like an essential collection of brushes. Like if you're a beginner or if you are new to professional makeup brushes, it's basically every brush that you would need to create, you know, like a basic makeup look. And then the last set is the eye artistry set, and that is a 10-piece set. And it's got 10 really amazing, and I mean, they're amazing. I gotta say they are amazing, but 10 amazing eye brushes to create, you know, any kind of incredible eyeshadow look that you could possibly want. So those are the first 2 products that we are launching, which is so exciting. So the brush collection and the makeup bags, because I'm not done, because apparently I like to do everything absolutely at once. Oh, and I'm going to show you our brand new reveal. So in addition to all of that, we have also launched 29 loose eyeshadow pigments, you guys. I cannot begin to describe to you how freaking amazing these are. They are so rich, they are so luxurious, they are so metallic, they're so vibrant, they're so pigmented. Oh, I'm so excited. So there are 29 separate eyeshadow pigments across 3 collections. We have our Chroma Shift collection, which is just so cool. These are like magic color changing pigments that actually change color under different lights. They are incredible. You can smudge them all over the eye as a single look. You can add them on top of an existing eyeshadow look to add like a real vibrant pop of color. And like, I'm not kidding when I say they are magical. They literally color shift and change between like 4 colors, each of them. So as you move and as the light hits you and, you know, different kinds of light hits you, they literally change color. They are absolutely insane. I'm so proud of them. So there are 6 Chroma Shift pigments, and then we have our Duochrome collection. Our Duochrome collection of pigments is 8 separate pigments, and much like the name suggests, they are duochrome. So again, as you move in the light, as you change directions, and as you go into different lighting conditions, they actually have a duochrome shift and they change color with the light. I am wearing Veil, one of our duochrome pigments, on my lid right now with absolutely nothing else, and see how it looks like I've blended, you know, purple eyeshadow on the outer corner and the inner corner, and then there's this beautiful sort of green shift through the center. It's literally just our veiled pigment with nothing else. Our duochrome collection is so amazing, and I will obviously show you each shade in the collections and like a swatch of each shade so that you can see, you know, exactly what you are in for. But obviously, if you want to see really close-up images of each pigment, they are available on our website. We've got photos of absolutely everything, so you'll be able to see anything you need. And then lastly are our metallic pigments. So there are 15 shades in this collection, and they are like crushed molten metals. Some of them have like a sort of glittery shift to them. Now, we don't actually have any glitter particles in our pigments, but the way that the light hits the particles and the way that I've custom blended these, it honestly makes your eyes just sparkle like you have got glitter on. They are insane. I'm so excited about these. So each pigment comes in these beautiful little frosted jars. It's a black cap with our gold logo on the top. It's very much exactly the same packaging as our Velvet Finishing Powder. You guys love and know her well. It's kind of like a little baby. It's like a little baby sister. And then there's obviously a label on the back with information about the shade and the pigment collection and, you know, stuff like that. And each pigment does also come in its own beautiful, I'm honestly so proud of our packaging. I just think it's so pretty. I'm obsessed with it. The inside of the boxes have got our gold foil little stamped NJC logos. You've got loose pigment on the front, and every pigment will come in one of these boxes, and there's a little hole in the bottom so that you can see the shade and stuff. So yes, those are our pigments. I'm honestly so excited. Like I said, everything is available on the website right now. And I think it's time to actually dive into each individual item, have a really close up look at it, and talk about what makes it special. All right, so first up, let's go through each of the face brushes, the base brushes. Like I said, you can purchase the entire set of base brushes. It is a 7-piece set, and you will get the 7 base brushes and also a makeup bag that they all fit in absolutely perfectly. So let's go through these one by one. First up, the F01 Luxe Foundation Brush. So each of our brushes come with weighted handles, and this is what I mean by I've literally custom designed everything about these brushes. I can look at them and be like, I am 100% responsible for that. And that is honestly just so cool. Working as a professional makeup artist and, you know, doing so much makeup, honestly, the result that you get at the end is very much dependent on the tools that you are using. And if you are using really good quality makeup brushes that make it easy to do makeup, you're going to get a perfect professional finish every time. They make it easier, they make it more enjoyable. I just cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on these and understand exactly what I mean. They are insane. So each of our brushes come with a weighted wooden handle. They have a beautiful matte black finish. And then we've got the Nikkia Joy Cosmetics logo gold stamped on the front, and then the actual code of the brush and the name of the brush gold stamped on the back. The ferrules are a corrosion resistant copper, and then they are chrome plated with this beautiful, it's kind of like a gunmetal silver. They just look so beautiful and luxurious. And then obviously you have the bristles at the the top. Now, firstly, the F01 Luxe Foundation Brush. As you can see, this is a flat top kabuki. It is very densely packed and it will create the most airbrushed perfect finish. So you use these all over the face. You can apply liquid foundations, cream foundations, powder foundations. I like to use the stippling effect on the skin, and when you get it, just take it out and honestly feel it. It has this perfectly smooth, velvety, soft top to it. And yeah, it makes it so easy to blend out foundation seamlessly, and it also helps to build up coverage. So this is our first face brush. Next up, the F02 Luxe Powder Brush, and honestly, I cannot wait for you guys to feel how incredibly soft these brushes are. The foundation brush is a synthetic brush, but this one here is a natural brush. Now, for anybody that's concerned or anybody that's wondering, I have worked very hard with our suppliers. Every single fiber in our natural brushes is ethically sourced and 100% cruelty-free. No animals were harmed in the making of any of these products. Some brushes are completely synthetic, some are a blend of natural and synthetic fibers, and some are completely natural fibers. You guys know how I feel about natural makeup brushes. I've been talking about them for years. There is honestly like unparalleled comparison with really good quality, properly made, properly handcrafted professional makeup brushes. There's really nothing to compare to them. And the issue with natural makeup brushes most of the time is they are sourced from cheap manufacturers that don't treat the animals well. Now, the thing is, to be able to get 100% cruelty-free natural hairs, it costs a lot more money. So the materials in these brushes are way more expensive than the majority of brushes on the market, because it takes a lot to be able to find ethical sources and to be able to do it right. And it was really important to me to do it right, but it was also really important to me to be able to have good quality professional natural bristled makeup brushes. So that's kind of like the story behind that. But yeah, for anybody wondering, they are 100% cruelty free. Everything in our entire brand is 100% cruelty free, and majority of our products are vegan. So this is the F02 Luxe Powder Brush, and it is just so beautifully fluffy, beautifully smooth. It does taper down to a fine tip, but then it's got a really nice round sort of barrel around the center. Now, you can use this brush in so many ways, but my favorite way to use it is to dust powder all over my face with it. You can also use it to contour, to bronze. You can apply blush with it. It is just sensational. Now, the other thing about natural bristled brushes is when you wash them, they get even better. They get softer with time, they get better with time, they get fluffier, they get rounder. The shape of them brand new when you first get them, that will change over time, and it's nearly like they mold to the contours of your face. You're gonna be absolutely shook. All right, next up, F03, our angled contour brush. This is another brush, very similar to this one here. Everybody literally always asks me, Nikkia, what is that brush that you're using? I need to know. It looks incredible. That's because they are. But this is our angled contour brush. It's actually quite a bit puffier and quite a bit thicker. And again, you'll notice once you wash them and stuff, thicker and puffier than your standard contouring brush on the market. And actually, I also did quickly want to say, you guys, none of our brushes are laser cut. So normally, when mass producing brushes in factories and stuff, they are normally made with machines. Like I said, all of our brushes are handcrafted. And what happens is they actually have to individually stack the bristle fibers into the ferrule, and they actually mold them and create the shape and sort of move them into position to handcraft the shape of each of these brushes. Mass-produced brushes, especially more affordable ones, and also usually synthetic ones, what they do is they shove a heap of hair in there and then they actually laser cut them with machines. And what happens is the tips of the hair fibers, they're actually cut sort of blunt, so they've had the tips cut off them. They don't actually taper out to a really thin edge, and it makes it much harder to blend with. It makes them not as easy to use and just not as much of a seamless result. Each of these brushes are meticulously handcrafted, and again, you'll notice when you get them, they're just absolutely beautiful. But yeah, our angled contour brush is quite a bit thicker and also shorter than most contour brushes on the market, because over my years of using them and testing them and really designing this and fine-tuning this brush, this makes it the easiest way to contour with, and it will give you the most perfect, smooth, blended out contour that you have ever seen in your life. Next up is our F04 bronzer brush. This is another brush that everybody's like, oh my gosh, I need to know where that brush is from. It looks so smooth, it looks so fluffy. It honestly is. This is our rounded bronzer brush. It has a domed shape, but a pinched ferrule to sort of cause, see how you can see the hairs sort of slightly, hang on, wait. slightly splaying out towards the top. It gives it this perfect, smooth, rounded tip, and it just applies product so seamlessly. So yes, again, logo on the front, brush code on the back. Next up, this one. Oh, this might be my favorite brush in the whole collection. And again, you will honestly understand. It is like softer than cashmere. All of our brushes, and like I've got sensitive eyes. I don't like brushes that irritate my skin. I don't like brushes that irritate my eyes. I've worked really hard to make sure that every single brush in the collection is just so luxuriously soft. And like I said, the absolute best quality materials possible have gone into these. So this is our tapered powder brush. This is another large fluffy face brush. Comes down to a tapered pointed tip. Again, totally multi-use. My particular way that I really like to use this one is to apply blush. I use it to apply blush every single day. It just distributes the perfect amount of product. It's very easy to get like that really flattering blush placement, but then you can also use it to apply powders, highlighters, bronzers, absolutely anything that you like, and it's just so fluffy and beautiful. Oh, I love her. Next up, the F06 Precision Powder Brush. You can again use this for pretty much anything you need. It's basically like a mini version of the F05, so exactly the same shape, but like a mini size. Really good for powdering under the eyes, around the nose, for applying powdered highlighters. You can also apply blush with it. Just a really nice, precise, controlled brush to use. And then second last, we have the Precision Highlighting Brush. As you can see, it is a much smaller, it kind of looks like an oversized eyeshadow blending brush a little. And basically this is the perfect brush for getting like really precise application of highlighter. So, you know, highlighter powder on the nose, the cupid's bow between the eyebrows, the brow bone, on the cheekbone, the décolletage. You can use this brush anywhere and it'll give you a really airbrush, like perfectly seamless, smooth application of highlighters. And like if you spritz this with a little bit of water or Fix Plus or some setting spray or something, you will freak at how like intense your highlighter will be. It's insane. And then lastly, for the face collection, I had to come out with a lip brush. Lip brushes are another product that I've had a really hard time finding, and actually like a really good one over the years. They're usually too big, they're usually too blunt at the end, they usually cut straight, and you just can't get that perfectly smooth, crisp lip line like when applying liquid lipsticks or when applying cream lipsticks. I have worked on this, and you're probably thinking, Nikkia, it's just a lip brush. No, it is not just a lip brush, you guys. Like, brushes need to make your life easier. They need to make your makeup apply easier and look better. And like, this lip brush is absolute perfection. The density, the size, the perfectly tapered fine tip. Trust me, applying lipstick has never been this easy. You're gonna love this brush. All right, so next up, moving on to the eye brushes, and there are 14 different individual eye brushes. Like, I'm not kidding when I say I go hard or I go home. And I wanted a brush for absolutely every single purpose possible. And I'm pretty sure, and I mean, these are the only brushes that I have been using for, 18 months now. I've done it. So first up, the EO1 Cream Blend Brush. This is for applying cream products, so concealers, eyeshadow bases, eyeshadow primers. It's honestly the most perfect shape and perfect size. It gives a really diffused finish, and it just makes it really easy to blend those cream products without leaving streaks on the skin. So she is gorgeous. Next up is the EO2 Diffused Blend Brush, and basically just like the name says, this is a really fluffy, big blending brush, and it'll create a really diffused blending effect on the lid, just perfectly airbrushed, no streaks, no harsh lines, so easy to use. It's got perfect density to it and this perfect little tapered tip, and the ferrule is also not pinched. You'll notice that a lot of blending brushes, the ferrules are actually pinched, and it gives the top of the brush kind of like a rectangular shape, and then that means when you're going into the crease, you actually have to rotate the brush to be able to get a perfect blend. With this perfect rounded tapered shape, you'll get a perfect blend every time from every angle. So that is our EO2. Now I'm going to keep this one here because I'm going to be able to show you the comparison between EO3, the diffused crease, and EO2, the diffused blend. So EO3 is basically like a little sister to the EO2. It's slightly more dense, it's slightly smaller, and it's perfect for really blending directly through the crease, just making your life easier, smoking out any harsh lines, blending transition shades. Yeah, it's just slightly smaller, slightly more dense, and the bristles are a tiny little bit firmer as well, so you get sort of like a firmer blend. All right, next up we have the EO4 Pro Blend. Now this is a brush that I have honestly wanted in my life for the longest time. I searched for it high and low and could never find one that was as perfect as this, so of course I custom designed my own one. So this brush is kind of like a larger, fatter version of a pencil brush, if that kind of makes sense. It's a rounded shape and it's got a domed tip, but the bristles in here are a little bit softer than a pencil brush traditionally is, and obviously, you know, it's much thicker than a pencil brush traditionally is, and it just makes it so easy to blend out those problem eyeshadows. So say for example, I don't know, you've packed on some matte brown eyeshadow and you've been blending for ages with a big fluffy blending brush like one like this, and you just cannot get those harsh lines out. Well, that's where the Pro Blend brush steps in. It just makes it so easy to blend out those problem areas. It's amazing in the outer corner for blending. It's amazing in the inner corner, all through the crease, all on the lid. Pretty much does everything, but it's like a pro version, and it will give you a professional finish every time. All right, next up we have the EO5 Firm Blend Brush. This is another tapered brush shape. As you can see, it tapers into a little point at the end there. And what makes this one special is it's actually got firmer bristles, and so they don't actually, like, they're still very soft, non-irritating on the eye, but they don't actually bend as much. And so if you're really wanting to buff a product into the skin, really blend it out, and, you know, work on that really precise detailed crease work, cut creases, anything like that, that's where this little guy steps in. Then we have EO6 Precision Blend. This is basically a miniature tiny little blending brush. So for those of you who have got smaller eyes like me, you don't have much lid space, and you're just looking for a tiny little blending brush that can kind of do everything, that's not as big as a blending brush usually is, that's where this one comes in perfectly. It's a gorgeous little size. I'll show you in comparison to the EO2. See how much smaller and slimmer it is, but it's still got that perfect tapered tip. Very soft. Use it on the crease, use it on the eyelid, use it underneath the lower lashes. You can pretty much use it for anything. All right, next up, the EO7 Flat Shader. This is another brush that I have been looking for on the market for the longest time. Usually these sort of flat, dense, rounded tip little shading brushes, they just don't have enough hair in them. Not enough density, and also not the right kind of hair. Well, I went backwards and forwards. I think in total it was about 7 times with this brush to be able to get it right. Now, our lab that we work with, our manufacturing team, I'm pretty sure that they hate me. Like, every time they hear from me, I'm sure they are rolling their eyes, because I'm so finicky about these tiny little details that make brushes actually perform better and do exactly what you need them to do. So this brush has got the perfect amount of density and thickness. As you can see, when you turn it on the side, it kind of looks like a pencil brush on the side. The ferrule is pinched just ever so slightly at the top to cause the bristles to splay out really gently, but this just packs shadow onto the lid so well. The bristle design, shape, and density means that it picks up the most amount of eyeshadow possible, and it just makes it so easy to distribute that onto the lid without getting fallout. It's an amazing packing brush. So yeah, use this one for packing shadow all over the lid, but because of the soft rounded tip, you can also blend with it. Next up, EO8, the large shader. This one is basically a large flat shading brush, but as you can see, I have made this one much thicker on the side profile as well. You really need a dense amount of bristles in there, and obviously when you are packing in more bristles, you know, it gets more expensive and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's why other manufacturers don't do it, but it truly changes the way a brush performs. You want the brush to be able to very smoothly glide over the lid, deposit that shadow really well, not patchy, not chunky, not choppy. And when you haven't used enough bristles in the brush, basically it's impossible, and you have to keep dipping in and going again and dipping in and going again. The increased density of the bristles, you'll really notice a difference. This is basically a smaller, more diffused tipped version of the last 2 packing brushes that I have shown you, and these are really good for, you know, shimmer finish eyeshadows when you want a light dusting all over the lid. I really like this one for patting pigment onto the lid or patting eyeshadow onto the lid. And the soft tip also makes it so versatile for blending. You can use it through the lower lash line, Really, really awesome, versatile brush, this one. Next up, the E10 Precision Shader, and it is a tiny little shading brush. I love, love, love this one for packing shadow onto the lid in smaller areas. So for the inner corner, it's amazing. Outer corner, lower lash line. It's just a really, really awesome, fine, small, detailed brush. Next up, E11 Smudge. Pretty much exactly as the name suggests, this is a smudging brush. So really, really awesome. It's got a flat sort of top, but it's still rounded and it's still got curved sort of pinched edges. Super, super, super soft because you guys, like as I said, I've got very sensitive eyes. Rigorously smudging eyeshadows through the lower lash line can really irritate your eyes. And this brush is so soft, so you can really get in there, really blend out that lash line, but without having to worry about your eyes watering. Okay, next up, the E12 Pencil Brush. Now, this is a pencil brush with a twist. Normally, pencil brushes are much shorter in length than this. So I always struggled to really be able to get small pencil brushes to work in the lower lash line and stuff because the bristles were so short, the actual ferrule would touch my skin and it would touch my lashes and it would sort of mess up the rest of my makeup. I've created this pencil brush to be really, really soft and smooth, but with slightly longer bristles so that you can easily get into all of the areas that you need to get into without disturbing anything else. Here's our pencil brush in comparison to a usual pencil brush. See how it's like much sort of longer? And it's also much softer. It's so awesome for detailed, precise work. And like I said, through the lower lash line, inner corner, pretty much anywhere. You'll love it. And then last but not least, we have E13 and E14. So our angled definer brush and our flat definer brush. So these are very, very precise pointed brushes. They've got perfectly flat edges. The angled one just comes to the most perfect point. Tapered edge on both of these. They are so fine and detailed. They create the smoothest, skinniest lines ever. You can use them very, very easily to fill in the brows, sketch in natural hair strokes, create winged eyeliner with them. You can tightline with them. The flat definer you can use to smudge through the lower lash line. They are awesome, awesome brushes. And I've worked hard on these as well to just make sure they are the perfect density so they pick up the right amount of product, but then they're not too thick where they just, you know, it's impossible to do a really, really fine, precise winged eyeliner with them. You are going to love, love, love these. So that is an overhaul of all of the brushes. Like I said, there are 4 brush collections. Each of the collections are available on our website so that you can see them, you know, you can see exactly what is in them. But I tried to curate collections that were helpful and that were handy and that will sort of provide the most value. And obviously, like I said, all of the brushes are also individually available for purchase. So yay! Our full professional brush line is finally here. I've been working on it for so long, you guys. It has been a process and I'm just so happy that they are finally perfect. And they just honestly so like, oh, they're so soft and they look so pretty and oh, I love them. And then lastly, to finish off this video, I'm going to go through each of our pigment shades, show you each shade, you know, the sort of colors and the swatches of them so that you can see exactly what you are in for. But honestly, they are intensely, intensely pigmented. They are intensely saturated. They are literally like molten metal. The shimmers in them are absolutely insane. The colors are so vibrant. I am so, 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 so proud of these. You might be thinking like, why Pigments and not an eyeshadow palette? And I am working on developing an eyeshadow palette that's been in the works for a very long time. But Pigments hold a really special place in my heart for me, and they have throughout my whole makeup career because they are just so versatile and they are exactly what the name suggests. They are pure pigments. So you don't have to worry about fillers that reduce, you know, how vibrant and intense the color is. And they're so versatile. Like you can use them on your eyes, you can use them on your face, you can pat them over lipstick, you can mix a little bit of water or eye drops in with them and create like winged eyeliner with them. You can put them in your hair, you can put them on your body, mix them with foundation, mix them with moisturizer, mix them with body lotion, mix them with your primer. They are just so insanely versatile. And I just think it's so awesome to be able to have a pure product, you know, pigment, and that's all it is. They're just amazing. And also what I really like about Pigments is they are kind of like partner products. So if you're not wanting to invest in a whole eyeshadow palette, or you've got an eyeshadow palette, you know, that's all neutrals and you really want a vibrant, you know, pop of, let's say a pop of aquamarine, for example, you know, you can pair that eyeshadow palette with a pigment, you know, add the pigment for a little pop of color or blend through, you know, the crease with a neutral and then add the pigment on the lid. You can use them with a wet brush for a really intense payoff, or you can just lightly dust them over existing eyeshadow for something more natural. They are just there, like, and literally endless ways to use pigments, and that's why I love them, and that's why I wanted to come out with them first. Truly, I feel like 2020 has needed some color, and I am giving 2020 the color that she's been waiting for. So let's jump into each of these shades, and I will show you the swatches of them as well, so you can see just how absolutely beautiful these are. So first up, I'm going to do our Chroma Shift pigments, then we'll do Duochrome, and then we will do the metallics. Now, like I said, these Chroma Shift pigments are magic sort of color changing pigments. They chop and change between about 4 different colors per pigment. They are absolutely the most unreal things ever, and they look different under every single light. They are gorgeous. So this first one here is a Mythic, and this one swaps between a beautiful rich purple to a deep blue to a teal with kind of a little bit of a green reflect, and also there's a magenta in there. It is just honestly the most magical thing ever. So, so pretty, so luxe and gorgeous. And you can see from the swatch, like, hello, insanely pigmented. I did also want to quickly mention too, each of our pigments come with a little sifter at the top of the jar with 3 little holes in them. So they actually disperse, you know, a small amount of product at a time. You don't have to worry about unscrewing the lid of these and, you know, dust flying everywhere. They're very, very, very easy to use. They're totally beginner friendly, and they totally will not make a mess. Look at this color. Oh, I love her so much. So next up we have Aurora. Aurora shifts from a rich, deep sort of forest green to a teal, to a light green, and to a gold. It's so beautiful and it's so sparkly in person. It's truly an incredible color. Inferno is our next one. This is a really, really hot, vibrant copper, gold, orange shifting kind of pigment. So this one shifts from red to magenta to orange to a gold, and it also has a slight green reflect in it as well. So, so, so pretty, that one. Next up, Celestial. This one shifts from a deep purple to blue to green and also to teal. Like, you're probably not going to be able to see them shifting colors underneath the studio lights. Maybe a little on the side of the jar there. They're like magic in front of your eyes. They're so cool. Next up, Mirage. This one shifts from a deep teal to a lighter green all the way through to a gold and then a yellow. Really, really cool foresty green kind of a color. And like, I can see it here, you know, in front of me. Like, it just, as I turn the jar, I can see those colors changing. And then lastly, Cosmic. This one shifts from purple to teal to a really rich deep blue and then to a forest green. All right, moving into the Duochrome collection now, and I have swatched 4 of these together, so I'll be able to show you all 4 of these swatched on screen. First up, we have Veil. This is the one that I am wearing on my eyes today. And like I said, I've got nothing else on my eyes. That entire shifting color look and that look of, you know, blended purple eyeshadow in the outer and inner corner and then that beautiful green through the center. All it is our Veil pigment. So it is a Duochrome shifting pigment that shifts from like a warm magenta to a cool sort of cyan green. Next up is Peaches. This is a really, really soft peachy color with a beautiful gold reflect through it. So beautiful, dusted all over the eyes, and it's such a gorgeous neutral shade as well. Really soft and natural and really flattering on literally anyone. Oh, next up we have Unicorn. I love Unicorn. Unicorn is so much fun. It is so sort of glittery looking. It is a beautiful sort of vibrant candy pink with this amazing purple blue shift. See it? Like, see the color of it on the lid there? And this one is a little bit more sheer in formula. So see that there on my finger? You can actually dust this over an existing eyeshadow look or dust it over a lipstick, and it'll add this beautiful sort of pink blue shift without sort of changing the base color too much. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. They're so, so finely milled, incredibly pigmented, and this one is so sparkly. Like, you'll understand what I mean when you get it and you open it up and take the lid off and you're like, whoa, like that's absolutely insane. It is so, so, so pretty. And then we have Candy, which is sort of a lighter pink. This one is less glittery. Well, none of them have glitter in them, but less sparkly than Unicorn, but again with this beautiful blue shift through it. Like, this one just looks incredible, packed all over the eyes. This one also looks amazing, packed over a lipstick. Truly, so many different ways you can use them. All right, next up we have Corrupt, which is this really cool sort of steel blue, gunmetal, grungy kind of a color with this amazing gold shift through it. Jaded is this beautiful, icy, shimmering blue with a green reflect. So pretty. There's also some purple reflex in there. And again, as you move it in the light, like you can see all three different colors in it. Frosted is another beautiful icy blue, but this one has a gold reflect through it. This one looks very, very sparkly and very, very shimmery. Twilight is a beautiful, rich, purpley magenta with a gorgeous, cool toned purple sort of shift through it. It's so, so, so pretty, this one. I love all of them. They're all my babies. And the process of actually making these colors and like custom mixing them and stuff was just, I was in actual heaven. It was so much fun. All right, and lastly, moving into the metallic collection, and there are 15 shades, so let's quickly go through all of these. I'm sure that this video is already way too long. So first up, we have Midas. Midas is this really, really incredible metallic, rich, molten gold. It's also got tiny little sort of shimmery, glittery reflex in it. It looks so pretty and shimmery on the skin. Next up, we have Medusa. Medusa is this amazing aquamarine. It's really frosted on the skin. It's a really beautiful pearlescent aquamarine color. I love it. Next up is Arctic. This one is a really beautiful, cool, icy pearlescent blue. So, so pretty. Pair this with like an orange through the crease and like honestly, you'll be obsessed. All right, next up, Serpent. And Serpent is probably another one of my favorite colors from the collection. It's such a gorgeous, rich color. So it's like this beautiful sort of deep greeny blue, and then it's got this amazing gold shift through it. It looks insane, packed all over the lid and then lightly blended sort of through the crease. Absolutely amazing. Dip your angled brush in some water and then apply it as an eyeliner. Looks incredible. Pack it on top of a black eyeshadow and you'll be like, oh, like so many different ways to use it, and it just looks good every single time. And then next up we have Periwinkle, which is like this beautiful blue. It's like a cornflower blue, but then it's got like this purple, like rich, warm purple shift through it. See it on the lid there? So, so, so pretty. All right, next up is Aztec, which is like an antiqued gold kind of color. Really, really soft and pretty, but really bronzy and really vibrant at the same time. Like it's like more of a neutral gold, but it's still like pow, like it's amazing. Next up, Stardust. I love, love, love Stardust. So this is a really vibrant, rich gold, but you guys, it is so astoundingly shimmery. It is absolutely beautiful. Like that's why I called it Stardust, because it, like when I look at it, all I can think of is Stardust. All right, next up is Princess, which is a cool toned pink, and then it's got like a purple reflect through it as well, also with bits of gold in there too. Really, really pretty. And then we have Molten. Molten is such a cool, grungy, coppery kind of a color. I guess it's like a burnt sort of a copper. It's got like a beautiful reddish, magenta-ish kind of base, but then with this beautiful copper sparkle. Watermelon is such a cool, fun color, and it's a really, really beautiful and pearlescent. Almost impossible to get it to show up. And I mean, like with all of these, it's almost impossible to get the colors to actually show up on camera, like how vibrant and how intense they are. Watermelon is this insane coral color, except it's like a pearlescent coral with a pinky kind of a shift. It's so pretty. Snowflake is another gorgeous icy pale blue, but this time with a pink and purple reflect through it. Oh, and it's spilling all over my hand. Well, I guess that gives you a bit of an idea actually of, you know, sort of how it wears on the skin and how it changes colors. It looks blue and then it looks purple, and they're just so glittery and beautiful. Next up we have Mermaid, which is a beautiful pearlescent aquamarine. It's like a straight aquamarine, really cool toned, really icy, really gorgeous. Then we have Enchanted, which is this amazing cool toned pale purple with a vibrant, beautiful magenta pink shift. This one is another one that looks like super, super, super shimmery on the skin. And again, it's like none of these colors are really going to show up on camera, I don't think, you know, as how beautiful and insanely gorgeous and how they shift in the light. This one's also got gold through it. Like, oh, I love all of them. They are literally all my babies, you guys. Like, no word of a lie. I'm obsessed. All right, next up we have Wisteria, which is like this beautiful blue purple. It's like a purple, like a violet purple, but then it's got like a gorgeous blue shift. So stunning. And then last but not least, our very last one in the metallic collection is Azure. So Azure is this insanely vibrant, beautiful, rich blue. I'm so excited about this color. I don't think I've ever seen an eyeshadow that actually looks like this before in my life. It's got a pearlescent finish, but then it's still got so much depth to it. It's just stunning. Pack it onto the inner corner as a pop of color, blend it over the entire lid, use it as an eyeliner, just amazing. And that is the last of the shades, 29 shades. Can you believe it? And like, I love every single one of them. I'm so excited for you guys to try these. All right, guys, well, that is it for today's video. I am so excited to finally be able to announce all of our launches, makeup bags, brushes, and our full 29 shade pigment collection. Honestly, it has been a dream come true developing all of these products. I'm really passionate about all of them. I'm really confident in all of them, and I just cannot wait for you to try them out. I'm just so excited to hear what you think, and hear your opinion when you do get them and you get your hands on them, and just so exciting. So like I said, these products are available right now on our website, nikkiajoycosmetics.com. Happy shopping, happy browsing, and also, like I said, our huge Black Friday sale is happening right now as well. So if you want to pick up anything else at a reduced price, now is the time. All right, guys, I love you heaps. I hope you love the new products. I cannot wait to hear what you think in the comments. Ooh. And yes, happy launch day. I'm going to go celebrate because it has been a stressful time. All right, guys, I love you heaps, and I will catch you all in my next video.